Welcome back to Task Force Podcast, an airsoft podcast made by the airsofters for the airsofters.
What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode Task Force Podcast. I'm your host, Snake, joined by my co-host,
Nasty. Awkward on the mic. Still.
Very much so. Still. Every time. It just is actually a little more awkward. Every time.
Yes. Actually, every time we progress in anything we do, it just gets worse.
Most of the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like this podcast.
Yes.
So, with that being said, in today's episode, we are talking about addressing cheaters on the field. And
properly, not my way.
Yes.
Not my way. I mean, you can.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
You can. You could walk up to him. You could slap him. But, I mean,
I wouldn't.
Typically, it's probably not going to end well for you.
Right.
Probably not going to be able to play there. Probably going to catch a charge like that one guy. Just saying. So, I'm aware that this typically generally is a touchy subject. I don't like to call other people's hits. I'll just keep shooting you until you finally call it. If you choose not to call it, expect to catch more BBs. That's pretty much my outtake on it.
Or he's like, "Hey, Nasty, mirror."
Right.
And I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, just
lay
it on him.
Hey, you see that guy over there? You see him
Yes.
hiding behind the tree?
Yes.
Shoot him a bunch, and then don't stop until
Reload
his hands
me,
go up.
Captain. That's
Yeah.
all I would say.
Just
feeding
here's some
the
new
bats.
batteries. Here's some more BBs.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. This is what we're looking for.
To be real, though, the first steps, in my opinion, to addressing a cheater, or just a non-hit caller, or just a guy that may not really understand he's been getting hit,
This is true.
If you're not laying it on him, right? So we've said in the past in other podcasts, I've been shot multiple times, and I'm so either into it,
Right.
I'm full kitted instead of like a light kit,
Right.
and I don't hear it or feel
Right.
it. So I have had, admins come up to me and say, "Listen, man, there's a gentleman on the other side of the team that says he's been shooting you. I've seen it. He has.
Right.
So let's try to pay more attention." Cool.
You're cognizant of the situation.
Or stage 2, you can step it up a notch. Wait until you either get killed or you walk off the field,
Right.
and wait until you see that person and be like, "Hey, man, I'm just letting you know." This is still touchy depending on
Right.
who you are. But you'd be like, "Hey, man, I'm letting you know. Earlier, I was shooting you, and you just weren't catching it, or you
Right.
just weren't feeling it. So, hey, can you please pay a little bit more attention?"
Right.
I know we all get in the zone.
I think this comes with whether people can take criticism or not. Because if somebody can take criticism and accept it as constructive, there's a difference, by the way. There's criticism that's
real. Your
destructive.
parents, as you grow up,
Right.
That's all that is.
It's well, in a normal home, not yours.
No.
Constructive criticism, though, is typically what most people are trying to give, whether it comes off as wrong or not.
Right.
Some people take it wrong, and some people get pissy about it, and then
Yes.
they just blow it out. And we all know these people. We've seen these people
Yes.
at work. Typically, we work
Right.
with some of them. But just know, even in your head, if you're like, "Look, man, I've been calling all my hits. I've been on my game today. This guy's just pissed off." Take it with a grain of salt,
Right.
as hey, maybe I did get shot in a mag pouch in a mag and I didn't happen to hear it.
Or a big ass backpack.
Right.
Anything.
Maybe you're getting hit in some of these areas and you're just not noticing it. So use that mention when somebody says that to you to step up your awareness and try to apply that a little bit going forward. You would be surprised what type of respect or what type of
It's camaraderie.
No, not camaraderie. I don't know what I'm looking for, but it escapes me.
It's
right
basic.
now.
It's almost like a basic respect. It's like, thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Right.
And
not only for that person that brought it to your attention, but also that you're showing that person of hey, look, I got hit. Maybe I didn't get hit, but it's pretty questionable. I'm going to call it.
Right.
Dude, you're going to respawn anyway in most games. Or you're going to play the next game coming back.
Or the games only last 5 minutes. What are you losing?
Right.
5-10 minute matches.
Nothing. You're fat, and you're going to get extra walk, and
we need
hopefully
it.
lose
We
some
need
of
it. And then, in my opinion, stage 3 is kind of stage 2, but it leads into worse things. Hey, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to say, listen, man, calm voice. Hey, man, I was shooting you earlier. You weren't calling your hits. I'm just trying to bring it up. And then dude just gets lit. He gets mad. He's like, well, fuck
this is
you,
addressing
blah,
it
blah.
on the field, not after game.
Not after game. This is like, and don't, even if you're trying to be nice, don't go, hey, I'm shooting you. Call your hits. That right there will set anybody off.
Right. You, the person next to you, the people on the other side of the field, everybody thinks you're an asshole now.
Right. So if you do get mad because someone says you weren't calling your hits, I get sometimes some games can get real intense, and you can be like, I'm getting heated. Why aren't you guys doing this? Why am I not playing better? Because really it's really you.
Right.
This
is that time when my biggest suggestion to you is, if somebody's not calling their hits, take 1 second, stop, and laugh about the situation.
Right.
Because you're about to start taking something serious, and you're going to lose the fun in it.
Yep.
And that's what I was talking about. When I was asked what's a tip I would give somebody when they first started Airsoft, if you remember in that episode, I said, don't take it too serious. Because if you take it too serious, next thing you know, you're going to be yelling at some dude out on the field about how he didn't call his hits, and you're over here like, what in the hot fuck is going on? Unless maybe you're just really into him, and you're like, you just want to go across and talk to him
and just touch him.
What's up, man?
Right.
I noticed you weren't calling your hits, and I hit you like all right in this area, and it was like, I really hit you.
You mean take my vest off and I'll show you?
Yeah. I want to see your nipples, hit marks.
Where I shot you. Yeah. But okay, so this stems off, you go to a milsim.
Don't ever touch anybody.
Unless they're okay with it.
Right.
Yeah. So we go to a milsim. We have enemy teams downrange, and you think you are just mowing this guy down.
Right.
In the middle of a milsim, are you gonna go, asshole? Call your goddamn hits? No, there's no time for that. If he's not calling his hits, but you're shooting him, move on.
Right.
Find another target.
If it's something that persists, or you're having that issue, like really honestly get a hold of a game admin, make them do their job.
That's what they're out there for. The dudes aren't out there going, oh, it's been 10 minutes, 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
No, fuck you, dude. Be like, hey, asshole, come here. This guy really ain't calling his hits. Oh, but then you get those dickheads who are like, but confrontation, we just don't need it. Then why are you adminning a game?
Right.
If you're not willing to get up and go over there and say, listen, guy, this guy's saying you're not calling your hits. I've been watching.
Right.
Or even as an admin, don't directly go over there. Wait 1 or 2 more games.
Right.
Watch that dude. And then go, okay,
maybe shoot him with a pistol, see if he calls it. You know what I mean?
Back when Frog Holler, Scott would come out and be like, from the sideline and shoot somebody.
Yeah.
And then he'd go, and then he'd put his gun down, walk over there and be like, hey, I shot you. Oh, no. I run this bitch. I shot you.
Yeah.
You need to go think about this.
Like, if you don't have an admin staff that is actively checking the game for issues such as this, or listening to players, granted, we all know there's those guys out there who are like, I've been hitting this guy all day, and he's just not calling it. Well, the admin goes and he looks, and the admin sees that they're falling 5 feet short. Because we all know when you're shooting at dudes from far away, those BBs in the sun, you can lose them. They look like they're going a little bit farther than they really are. You think you're maybe hitting them, but you're just not. Maybe you're reaching the tree and he's on the other side, but you're coming short. And you're arching it, which doesn't always help. But, there's those guys out there too. It's the admin's job. He can walk back and say, take the 2 extra seconds and say, look, dude, you're falling short. So if you want to hit him, you're going to have to move up. This is honestly what's happening. You're falling short.
And then if you get mad, there's no reason.
Right.
You are now getting mad at yourself without knowing it. My gun sucks. It's none of that. It's just, listen, and I've seen it. Right. People are yelling at me like you're being hit. But no, I know your range.
I've seen
your BBs will hit here. Right. And I'll stand right here all day.
Right.
Knowing you are not hitting me.
Right. And like I've seen with that, you say that just brought into my mind, like people have taken like grabbed people's shit and thrown it or broke it or stomped on it, or
that is real.
Dude, if you are that guy, just don't fucking play airsoft. Like airsoft is truly a game of honor.
If people
want to know how you know you got hit because there's no paint. It's honor. Like if you play airsoft, I expect you to be an honorable person.
If you are that guy and you know I'm playing, please leave everybody else's shit alone. Come to my shit, throw my shit, and now I have a reason.
I will show you why you don't throw my shit.
While you're throwing my shit, I'm going to be beating that ass. Okay? So leave everybody alone and come to me. And I'll happily let you break my shit.
Sometimes when you break the stock off somebody's gun, it just leads to a better gun.
Right. Look at, I don't know if they can see it, but it's there.
I think so.
That's dope.
I'm pretty sure they can.
Someday.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
We'll make a video about it or something.
So, listen, and the dickheads that are like, ow, shit, you physically see them, and keep shooting, you're the type that will make me say, Jake, hold my gun.
Right.
I will stomp my happy ass across the field while getting shot and physically hit you.
Mentally.
Because, pretty physically. Because, listen, you won't call a hit, you won't call honor system. Okay, so catch these hands, call that hit, and we'll go back to like nothing's even fucking happened.
We're going to have to make a rap, catch these hands, call that hit.
I'm down.
It's gonna happen. Season 2
Our beat maker over there he's gonna do it.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I gonna say now? I just had something in my head and it was good. And I was like, I'll just say it. It's gone. It's gone.
Call your goddamn hits.
Yes.
That's easy. Easy.
That is exactly it. Know that there is guys out there, and you've probably done it yourself. Like, you see somebody, you're shooting at them. You see them, like, flinch. Okay?
Yes.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it is a flinch. I will give you that. Other times, you know just as well as I do, sometimes you peek the corner and you see those motherfucking BBs coming and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And you move.
Yeah.
And they never actually made contact. They got really fucking close.
Yes.
But you just luckily dodged
Spidey
it.
senses, bitch.
Now to me,
miss me with that.
Now to me, that is kind of one of those things where like it's up to you. Like airsoft rules dictate if you get hit, you call it. Truth. I agree 100%.
Yes.
If it makes contact with my body,
I don't care where.
Gun just kind of depends.
If you shoot me in the tip of the boot, I will call it.
Right. But you have the choice of calling, like, you leaned out, you saw the BBs coming, and you missed it. In real life, you were fucking dead.
Yeah, that's fuck.
Some people call that as like, I should have been gotten.
Right.
Like, you know, and it's just kind of one of those
things. That's where the
larping
comes in.
I think that's where the blank fires
blind fire?
in. Like, that blank fire. The blank fires like at Milsim West,
the
blank guns. Like, there's dudes out there who bring blank guns and they play. And, you know, they're out there shooting at people.
And if you know he's aiming at you,
right,
and a couple blanks go off,
right,
IRL, you're done.
Yeah, right.
That's all there is to it.
And if you're within airsoft range, bro, you should probably.
You'd be like,
I feel like you should probably call it. And I know they give you the choice. They give you the choice,
know. It's for aesthetics and the noise. Yes, but still, though, if you're like me and I peek and the dude with an AK is like, I'm like, you know what? I'll walk. I'm out.
And I think we've talked about it before in the past, but I feel like, you know, those guys are there to have fun too.
Yeah.
They want to feel like they actually got to
give them that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what is it? At Milsim West game, it's a tourniquet or a bottle of water. So your worst option is getting tourniquet.
And that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Oh, I had this bottle in my pocket. Drink. Okay, I'm back at it. You know?
Right. Well, they make you down a whole bottle of water given to you from a medic. So it's kind of cool. If you guys are not familiar with Milsim West rule set, go and check out their tax op. They've got some really cool, interesting things. Water's a smart idea because it keeps everybody hydrated,
and that forces you to be hydrated. Yeah,
you will be pissing clear by the time you're done playing a Milsim West event.
Or,
or blood.
It's a thing.
Or you can pee blood out of your ass.
Ooh.
What?
Milkshakes.
Milkshakes. Oh, you're peeing brown out of your ass. That's not poop. That's pee.
The milkshakes are only to clean you out from like a week and a half of eating MREs.
Right. And
that's the goal.
Also, for any of our English listeners, Ireland listeners, because I know you're out there, OBS Rogue, Airsoft Venom,
those guys,
and all those guys. They're all guys. They're all cool guys. You go check them out on Instagram.
Shout out.
If you didn't know, the milkshakes that came in MREs originally were actually giving people salmonella. So you hella got the runs.
Yeah.
You got salmonella. So
imagine being in Afghanistan. Like, oh man, we're about to go on this thing. We're about to go do some things. We're about to go hurt people. And then shit yourself.
Yes.
And then you're like, fuck it, we're still going.
Generation Kill.
Yes.
Check out Generation Kill on HBO. It's a 10 series.
It's amazing.
10 episode mini,
right?
Done by HBO, and they actually touch on
flawless.
A little bit in there.
If you have not, just go get on eBay, purchase the six disc set.
Yes.
And binge watch it.
Yes.
Matter of fact, it's about that time of year where I got to do it again.
Yeah.
Because I do Band of Brothers and Generation Kill.
You need to add the Pacific to that too.
Yes,
now.
Pacific.
So
the
if you don't know,
fucking awesome.
If you don't know about Band of Brothers and you don't know about Generation Kill and you don't know about the Pacific, I'm going to need you to step off this podcast right now.
Go do it.
Go watch them. Come back.
And
because we still need you. We still need you to be a part of the podcast.
Click that watch later or pause and just go watch those.
Right.
And come back.
Exactly. Add them to your queue in your queue brain. You know what I'm saying?
I lost you at Q.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm going to be real honest.
But what we're talking about, again, of course, is addressing players on the field that are honorable. It's just Airsoft is a game of honor.
Right.
I heard somebody actually, Airsoft Duckling, I hope I'm getting his name right. He had just found us. He reached out to me. He was talking to me a little bit. It's kind of cool. He had talked about headshots because they're kind of controversial.
Yes. That'll piss some people straight off.
And it does depend upon the field. He actually has an episode that he made. He put up on YouTube that is discussing headshots. So you might check him out. Actually, he's got some
a newer opinion outside
of
us.
Opinion. He's actually from a different country, so he's got a different.
Oh, that's going to be
different opinion from the U.S. side of things. But in my opinion, I thought it was kind of a cool thing too. If I see your head, I'm just going to shoot you in the head.
Yeah.
If your full body is out, realistically, I'm going to shoot you in the chest.
Shoot your head.
Why am I going to shoot you in the chest? Because it's a lot bigger and I can't miss it, and that's just where you should be shooting. If you're not going center mass, you're wasting your time,
So if that at the time kid ever comes across any of our podcast back in Invasion 5, the church, the jail,
right?
If all you give me is your head,
that's all you're getting shot in,
and pure forehead. But see, I had the conscious mindset to not try to aim at this part of your face, right?
You're just getting them all in the teeth, son.
I see his head pop, goes back. I draw head, goes back, head, and I just a solid line across his forehead. If all you're going to give me is that, I will take that.
Looks like he's got acne from wearing a hat.
Perfect. Across the forehead. And he started crying. Did I feel bad? No, because your mom paid for you to come here and you got what you came for. So
if you put your head out there, you get shot.
You get shot. But at the same time, if I'm full body, just standing there with my gun, please try to avoid this.
I would still shoot Nasty in the face, but I have given him so many shots to the face that you guys have no idea. But you could probably check it out on our For You Only page. So,
you said that wrong.
Or Fans Only page.
There you go.
Or whatever you want to call it. For You, Fans Only, Pornhub, whatever. It's on there. It's on there. Or if it's not, it's shortly time to come. Join this. Yes. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Time to come.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was funny.
It was dumb.
Fuck you. It was good. It was good. It was good.
But listen, if I know you are a no-call hitter, no-hit caller, whatever, you're not a shot caller, obviously. Haha. If you know, okay. So I will trace my rounds until I can figure out where they're going to land on your head. This has become my main target the rest of the day. I don't care if you're walking
just
away.
Giving the head?
Just head.
You only
face
get
shots.
Given the head. I'm so lost right now because I'm like, so you're saying if the dude's in the open and you figured it out, you're just going to shoot him in the face?
If he is a person who is not calling his hits, after we ran through the 3 scenarios of trying to get him to understand that calling his hits is important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will, for matter of fact, probably the next 6 months. Oh, and if you're on my team, I will get you in the back of the head. Okay. I will make sure I let you go. Oh, dickhead.
That is the dickhead right there.
And I'll pop him
worry about.
in the back of the head.
And he just caught
loads to the back of the head.
A white load.
Salty stream to the back of the head.
I don't really think I have actually had an issue or run-in with anybody who's not been
many times.
At least, well, what I'm saying is I've never run into an issue of anybody like being violent about not calling hits. Like normally most people, you'd be surprised if after the game's over, you'd be like, man, I don't know, maybe I was hitting the bushes. So always put it in their favor if you're going to address it. I don't know if maybe I was hitting the bushes or if I was hitting the tree or if there was something that was blocking my babies I couldn't see, but man, I could have swore I was just nailing you. You know what I mean? I really thought I was laying them on you.
And most of the time they're like, oh, nah, man. You know, I was that one branch with the one tiny leaf.
Right.
You kept hitting that,
man. But you planted the seed.
Right. Now he's going to go out there and go, shit. He kind of just called me out in front of everybody. Yeah. So we're going to kind of...
Right. It's that seed's planted for, did I actually get hit?
Right.
These are coming in. Did I fucking miss that?
Right.
And, you know, if he's like a normal person who has a conscience,
who's not a dickhead.
I feel like that kind of weighs on you a little bit. You're like, oh, did I not call my
It's
hit?
kind of like,
am I that asshole?
It's the unwritten, like, number 1 through 5 rule.
I feel like it's a number 1 rule.
Fucking hits.
It's written. It's definitely written on pretty much every airsoft.
But before the honor system really became real, is like, I feel like even back when we started, unless you're like the dude's really fucking laying into you, just don't call your hit. There's a team we played against like that, who was like, unless, he knows. There's just unless you're really getting laid into, just don't call it.
Right.
And then you get a gun that can really lay into people.
I feel like from looking at a perspective now, as I've gotten older and I look at it from things, I feel like the biggest issue that said team had was that here they were trained, all of them coming from the same group, and they were laying tactics. They were using real tactics on us, L-shaped ambushes and whatnot. And I think the biggest issue they had was it's like a crippling to their moral state of
pride.
It got broken by a bunch of
children
who learned from YouTube and watching videos, and you know what I'm saying is like, think about that.
I'm gonna go home and beat my wife.
You fucking train for that shit. You trained for that shit. You put time. You went there. You did it. You were that. Then somebody came along, said, hey, let's do this. And you're like, sweet, put it all to work. And you put it out there and you're like, fuck yeah. And then you just get ganked by a bunch of kids. What do you think?
I'm selling my shit.
Right.
And then you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. We can't let these team full of just little fucks come out here and destroy us like that.
That right there. Not calling hits. Or wait until it's blatantly obvious.
Yeah. No. And then you get a group of kids who are like, I will kill you, old man. Like,
there's the best thing that ever happens, I think, on the airsoft field in your brain personally. And look for it. Look for it when you're out there playing. I challenge you when you're out playing and you're standing somewhere and you get shot at and you're questioning, did I just get hit?
Call it.
And then to yourself, you think, maybe I didn't. Maybe it's just maybe the tree branch caught me or something. And then you get it again for, you're waiting for it to be proven to you. Bro, you should just called it on the first one.
Yep.
I challenge you, if you ever get something and you're like, oh, what was that? Unless it was blatantly clear that something clearly caught your gear. Just call it, bro. You probably got shot and you just were not overly positive about it. And in your brain, it's normal. I don't know why there's stuff that floats, and don't judge me.
I always judge you.
It's just a thing, I think, in your brain that happens.
Listen,
you need proof.
It got to the point where,
ghosts.
As our 141 team got built, more people joined. Our kits got thicker. We got more stuff going on.
We got more dick.
I just started saying, you know what? Just like your point, if I even slightly thought I got hit, I'm dead. Pull out my dead rag. I will walk down the way, touch the flag, general area, and come back and just keep playing. Matter of fact, my happy fat ass would love to get shot. You know why? Because I can go back there, take a breather, take my gear off, let the sweat dry up, and then let's go back and play.
Exactly.
Because I'm fat.
Exactly. And I know a lot of people have asked before, and we've answered this before on some Q&A with the task force, which I think we're probably going to bring back in season 2. Q&A with the task force. I think it's something we're going to start doing. I'll probably hit you guys up. I would like to say that if you want your team to have a good reputation in the airsoft industry and among some other airsoft players that you're playing with, your local friends, whatever, calling your hits and setting that trend of being an honorable team and players, and even when your whole team's not there, you're still that guy, it's going to speak leaps and bounds for your team. People are going to want you to come and play with them. They're going to say, hey, dude, these guys are cool. I mean, especially if you know tactics, if you can work it, and you fucking slay it as a team, the TF here, then it's going to speak just so much for.
And when you don't go beat people up, I have to take that rage home and beat up trees. I've built forts out of trees I beat up. Like fucking.
He's out there Minecraft style, just punching the shit out of the tree until the trunk breaks. And then he's like, ooh, I have pine. Or oak. Or
I love Minecraft.
I don't really know what.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Should we do an episode just about video games that we really like to play?
I agree.
That is an agreeance.
But that wasn't my idea the beginning of this year.
No. Look, this is how this works. You come to your boss with ideas. They say,
your boss?
That's a good idea. I'm just thinking.
Okay.
Just
don't think you are. You got 45 seconds.
Just saying here. They say that, and then all of a sudden, what is it, 3 months later, they're like, I got this idea.
Yeah. That's true. You know what I say to you, boss? Suck it. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to go do it. I have to. It's my job.
I feel like we've kind of touched on this, and it's just beating a dead horse a little bit.
I like doing that, though.
Yeah. A little.
Most of the time.
Did you know that with, it's kind of fucked, with dead deer, if you're a hunter, you probably know this already, with dead deer, once they're dead, as long as there's at least one lung that's intact, maybe even both if you can plug up the holes good enough, with your boot in the ground on the other side. If you step on them, they go, meh, meh, meh. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's something that seems kind of fucked up to talk about, but it's mildly entertaining that they lay there, and when you step on them.
Do you know how many people, their girlfriends are going to freak?
Probably. I'm from Kansas, dude. If you don't hunt and kill deer here, then you're just weird. And I love deer.
I'll catch bluegill, chop them up, and catch catfish with bluegill.
Right. That's sick. That's sick. I'm definitely not a vegan. I want a fat steak, bacon. I want it all. I want to cover it in cheese. I want to paint myself with mustard and run around naked and shoot guns just because I can.
And we have a man who will record it.
Yes. Fans only page.
You know what? If you don't call your hits, anymore, I will come stab you with the MRE spoon.
Yes.
I will. I have once, and I'm not proud of it.
I ganked that motherfucker like...
No. Look.
I stabbed him up behind a Tasty Freeze.
I was sick of it. I took my saw and I was like, set it down, and I fucking walked straight down the field. I pulled that motherfucker out of the webbing of my vest, and I'm like, gah! Right into his fucking plate carrier. He's like, what the fuck? I said, call your hits! I walked back, and I shot him, and he called his hit.
With that spoon.
I did. I've had that spoon for 13 years, and I've eaten with it twice.
I did. But do you know what time it is?
The longest goddamn outros ever created. But my friend, take it away.
If you guys haven't already, you need to make sure you're checking out 6mm Plastic. Those guys have got all your BB needs, bios, tracers, all the goodies. They got everything. Check it out. Code Task Force, all caps, Task Force 2020.
Their balls are well polished.
For 10, yeah, they are
well polished.
For 10% off of your next order, code Task Force 2020, 10% off these amazing BBs. It's a veteran-owned company.
Yeah,
it's veteran-ran.
Just do it.
Amazing people. So
just do it.
Order some BBs. If you don't, we'll come to your house and he'll stab you with an MRE spoon, just so that way you know. Also, if you want to dress up your Comtacs or your MSA Swordens or your MS-2000, which is a IR strobe for those of you who don't know, if you want to dress that up or you want to dress up your helmet, check out Dynamic Fuzz. Those guys have got all of your Velcro needs for your helmet, for your Comtacs, for your MSA Swordens, for your freaking MS-2000s. They've got upgrade kits. They've got it all. Check them out. DynamicFuzz.com. Use code TFPOD, all caps, TFPOD 10 for 15% off your next order from them. And then as well, if you want to flex on the pores because you got nothing better to do, right, and you've got hella money and you got a balls out, show them everything,
send me a set.
Check out CoreVisionIndustries.com. Those guys have got all your night vision needs, as well as they sell the Dynamic Fuzz products. But
how do you like our new how do you like our new
sign? Oh,
sign,
yes,
dude.
This is fantastic.
Dope. You like it, don't you? It's badass.
This is actually been made by a good friend of my wife's, a good friend of mine. Her name is
just the wife's.
Her name is E.E. Ron.
E.E.
Ron. And I actually have tagged her in our Instagram post where this is featured. So go check that out. She is doing some side hustle work, making some stuff like this. So if any of you YouTubers out there see this and you're like, that's pretty fucking dope, hit her up. She can hook you up with a dope ass sign.
Make it happen.
Great work overall.
And if you can't handle talking to an actual female, you can come through us. We know how you are out there. I'm the same way.
Yeah, they probably shut down. I mean,
no, like, you think I'm awkward on the mic? Like, I'll type a whole text out, delete it. Type a whole another one out, delete it, and then just like ignore.
Just delete her number out of your phone.
Sorry,
no, I'm not
ho.
even tempted. No, I'm not.
There
even
it
tempted.
is. There's the fucking doo-doo-doo.
It's so good. But
yes, have a good day.
Thank you guys for joining us on this episode.
And call your hits.
Make sure you join the task force by clicking subscribe or following us on Instagram or following us on YouTube or following us on Facebook.
Everywhere.
Just
everywhere.
You don't know how much it really means to us when you click that subscribe button and the amazing community you're joining into, and
just to talk.
Yes.
There's just to talk.
Yes, and I've said it before in an episode of Fastline. If you're ever feeling a little bit funky, you don't feel like you're handling things mentally very well,
there's plenty of us to talk to.
Reach out,
and I'm the king of that.
Yeah,
out of all of us.
Yeah.
So please, if you need anything, let me know.
Yes.
Nasty actual _ actual Instagram. Yes. Snake _ actual.
Yeah. Snake 2615 _ actual. Gotta make it hard.
Yeah.
But yes, hard. Check us out. Follow us. Join the task force.
Talk to us.
What?
Talk to us.
Yes. Talk to us. Join the task force. Be a part of it. We love you guys. Best outros ever. We love the dogs. They're G-Unit money, bro. They always are in. We love you guys. We'll see you next week on another episode. Peace, bitches.